Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to physics class. As you all know that we have done the topic measuring instrument, in which we have done the three measuring instrument, which are meter rule, vernier caliper, and screw gauge. Now, what is meter rule? Meter rule is an instrument which is used to measure the length of the objects, and it is made up of different materials and of different sizes. Meter rulers are 1 meter long because it has 100 centimeter and 1000 small divisions on them, which is called millimeters. After the meter rule, we move to the vernier caliper. Now, vernier caliper is a device by which we use to measure a fraction of smallest scale divisions by sliding another scale over it. It has two scales. One is the mean scale and second is the vernier scale. Vernier scale is continuously sliding on the main scale. It has a screw by which we can fix the vernier scale. It has two jaws by which we can hold the different objects. Main scale is in millimeter while the vernier scale has 10 divisions. Now there are different terms of the vernier caliper, in which main is the zero error. When the zero of on closing the jaws of the vernier caliper, when the zero of the main scale coincide with the zero of the vernier scale, then will be no zero error. But if the zero of the vernier scale is behind the zero of the main scale, then there will be error, and it is called the positive zero error. And when the zero of the vernier scale is ahead of the zero of the main scale, then there will be negative zero error. Now, if we want to find the length of a rod, then we have different terms. First, we find the main scale reading, then we find the vernier scale reading. For example, here in the diagram, we can see that for the main scale reading, we see the zero of the vernier scale, that which by which of the measurement of the main scale is coinciding with the zero of the vernier scale. So it will be the reading of main scale. So the 4.6 is the main scale reading. Now for circular scale reading, we see the other measurement of the vernier scale except zero, that which measurement of the which division of the vernier scale is coinciding with the main scale division. So the third division of the vernier scale is continuously coinciding with the main scale division, so the circular scale reading is 3. Now we multiply the 3 with the least count, and then adding the main scale reading, we get the observed length. After the vernier caliper, we move toward the screw gauge. Now, what is a screw gauge? A screw gauge is the measuring instrument by which we can find the measurement of very small objects up to 0.01 millimeter. On the slide, we can see the different parts of the circular screw gauge. It has two scale. One is the linear scale and second is the circular scale. Circular scale has 100 divisions while the main scale is in millimeter. It has also the different terms like vernier caliper. For example, pitch. Pitch is defined as the distance, the minimum distance which is covering by the circular scale on the main scale. It is called the pitch. Or we can also say that it is the distance between two consecutive threads of the main scale, which is called the pitch. Now the least count. Least count is defined as the pitch divided by number of division on the circular scale. So pitch is 1 millimeter, so it is divided by 100, we get 0.01 millimeter. Now it has also the error. Now we move the circular scale till the end of the main scale. If the zero of the circular scale coinciding with the datum line of the main scale, then there is no zero error. But if the zero of the circular scale is below the datum line, then it will be positive 0 error. And when the zero of the circular scale is is above the datum line, then there will be negative 0 error. Now if you want to find the diameter of a wire, we see that how we can the readings. Now first we take main scale reading. That main scale reading, the circular scale is on the third measurement of the main scale, so the main scale reading is 3. Now we see that which division of the circular scale is continuously coinciding with the datum line, then it will be circular scale reading. So 55 division is coinciding with the datum line. Now we multiply the least count with the circular scale reading and then added the 3. Now in this way we can measure the. Now the next measuring instrument of the physics is physical balance. The mass of a body is difficult to determine, but it can be compared easily against a body of known mass. So this process of comparing the masses of two bodies is commonly known as weighing process. The weighing process is carried out through a balance, which is called the physical balance. Now, in the diagram, you can see the figure of the physical balance, which has different parts. It has a beam and two pans, with the help of which on one pan we put the object and on the other pan we put the different weights. Physical balance is just a common balance where there are two pans and you measure the weight of an object by putting it one pan and known weight in the other. A physical balance is a very sensitive common balance which can measure weights in milligram order. It is placed in a protective glass case so that even dust and wind cannot affect the accuracy of the instrument. Now next is the stopwatch. The duration of time of a specific interval is measurement by a stopwatch. There are two main types of stopwatch. One is the mechanical or analog stopwatch and the second is the digital stopwatch. The, the mechanical stopwatch, it consists of two hands, a small minute hand and along with a second hand. The scales for each hand are marked on a circular dial. To note the time, both the hands are set at 0 by pressing and releasing the knob. As the knob is pressed and released again, the watch starts. When the second hand completes two rotations of 30 seconds each, the minute hand advances by one division. When it is required to be stopped, again the same knob is pushed. And the watch stopped and the time can be noted. Now, for the digital stopwatch, the timing functions in digital stopwatch are usually controlled by two buttons on the case. Pressing the top button starts the timer running and pressing the button a second time stops it, leaving the elapsed time displayed. And it can measure the accuracy up to 0.01 second. Press the second button, then reset the stopwatch to 0. The second button is also used to record split times or lap times. When the split time button is pressed while the watch is running, the display freezes, allowing the elapsed time to that point to be read. But the watch mechanism continues. running to record total lapse time. Pressing the split button a second time allows the watch to resume display of total time. Now in this way we have the two stopwatches. One is the mechanical stopwatch which can measure the time of zero point 0.1. This is the least count of the mechanical or analog stopwatch, while the digital stopwatch can measure up the accuracy of 0.01 second, and it is called its least count. Then we have the last measuring instrument, which is called the measuring cylinder. It is a device which is used to measure the volume of liquid and volume of irregular solid body, such as key. We have different types of graduated cylinder. On the slide, you can see its different shapes and different length. They are made up of glass. They are transparent and are of plastic, and it has a vertical scale in millimeter or cubic centimeter. Now it is the construction of the graduated cylinder. The measuring volume of an irregular solid body. Water is poured into a measuring cylinder until the cylinder is about half full. The volume is measured and then an irregular shaped object is lowered gently into it. For example, in the diagram you can see and then when the object is completely immersed, the volume of the water is read again. The volume of the object is found by subtracting the first reading from the second reading. For example, before putting the object in the cylinder, we have the volume that is 50 centimeter cube. But when we put the object in the liquid, then it rises and it becomes 70. Then we subtract the two levels, 70 minus 50, and we get 20 centimeter cube. Now, volume of the key can be calculated by finding the difference in the rise of water level. In the formula, you can easily see that V equals to, first we find the initial volume, that is Vi, then we put the key in the cylinder and the water level is rises. Then we again measure the volume, then it is called the Vf, final volume. Then we find the total volume, that is equals to V2 minus V1. The change in volume, it is equals to delta V, and therefore we can measure the volume of the solid. Now it is 75 minus 50, it is 25 cubic centimeter. So volume equals to final volume minus initial volume. We get V2 minus V1 or Vf minus V1. So in this way we can measure the volume of the measuring cylinder. Now I hope that these all measuring instruments has been clear to you. Till the next class, Allah Hafiz.